because of an immeasurable desire at that time to change life, and that happens often with every generation. But at that time, the young generation just happened to be governed and driven by a generation older than them, who were extremely angry and empty of everything that had actually had happened in the 60s. It was punk was the death of something as much as the birth of something. It was really at the end of what you had thought was a revolution and the beginning of another. To explain that is to understand what the 60s was about. That would tell you everything why punk happened. The 60s was an incredibly narcissistic time that put very little back into the culture. So by the dawn of the 70s, in Europe, things were very empty. Empty of feeling and empty of any kind of sense of an ability to control anything. So it was at a very interesting time for people like myself leaving art school with others to actually light some little fire that would set up a forest ablaze, you know.
What's the point of a forest to be?
And it was really it was basically the first time that you could popularize the commodification of the planet. I think that was already on the that was already happening in the 50s, and by the time the 70s came around, it was perhaps much more clear. It was less of a left of field idea. It was a major idea, and it made it clear to most people that they felt they couldn't do anything.
Ironically enough, I would dare to say that in Russia the 50s were the sort of a golden age. Where
but you lived in a different planet, you know, in a different world.
You mentioned commodification of the planet. There were Indonesia, there was South Africa, there were Latin America. Of course, there were all a bunch of different planets. Russia was just one of them.
Absolutely.
And as far as you are concerned, you were living in the northern part of Europe, where the people.
Yeah, but you have to understand that the northern part of Europe, as well as the southern part of Europe, as well as most of the Western world, we were being